Welcome to the 2 minute drill. Little reminders, big implications. Now, we're going to be learning how to train ourselves to be godly. Today's chapter is on quiet times. How can we read the scripture for what the Bible is trying to tell us? Not twist it and not rely on ourselves and not read the Bible, but to read the Bible and to get what it's supposed to mean for us. Some fundamentals, some two things we want to take home today: one, interpretation, and two, application. Interpretation being what does the Bible actually say, application being how do we actually apply it to our everyday life. James 1:22 says this exact thing. Don't just listen to the word, but do what it says. That's probably the hard part, actually living it out. Now, what's our motivation for reading the Bible? Romans chapter 10 says that faith comes from hearing the message. So our faith is actually increased if we read the message, if we read the scriptures. In addition to that, First Timothy says we've got to keep a close watch on our life and our doctrine, or this version says yourself and your teaching. Persist in these and you'll save yourself. So not only is faith going to be increased, but there's salvation implications for reading our Bibles. If that's not a motivator, I don't know what is. Now, when should we read our Bible? How often should we read our Bible? Well, the Bereans examined the scriptures every day with great eagerness to see if what Paul said was true. I think this is a great indicator for us to read our scriptures, to read the Bible every day. Now, what time of the day? At night, in the morning? Well, I don't know that it really matters a ton, but Second Timothy 3 says, be thoroughly equipped. The Bible actually equips us for every good work. And I don't know about you, but if you're going to work, you got to bring your briefcase. And I think the best time to be equipped is in the morning, to read our scriptures, to read it with breakfast, to make it part of our early morning routine so that we can be equipped for every good work. Now, how do we read the scriptures? How do we read our Bible? This is the most difficult, I think. We have to read the Bible in context. That means not just pulling a scripture from here and pulling a scripture from there and sewing it together to make it say what we want it to say, but actually reading the Bible in context. This quote here says, every heresy has been born from reading the Bible out of context. We've got to make sure we read it in context. One of the best ways to do this is to just read the whole book. If you're trying to understand what Mark 8 means, just read the whole book of Mark. That will help you understand what is the intention of Mark chapter 8. Now, as we leave today, the two things we want to take home are interpretation, when we read scripture, what is it actually saying? And application, how can I live it out today? Let's read our scriptures daily. Let's read them in the morning so that we can be equipped. This has been a 2 minute drill, little reminders, big implications.